Hi friends, it's Darlene the Travel Bug, and today I would like to show you what's in my anti-theft crossbody bag made by Travelon that will be doubling as my comfort bag on my next long haul flight. If you want to see all the good things that are going to keep me comfortable, stick around and I'm going to show you everything. So first thing that I'd like to show you is the back of the bag. There is a zipper here, and this is where I will be keeping my phone and my boarding pass. So it'll always be handy and it will be against me. Next, in the front, when I get to my seat, I will take out this little bag and I will have my Clorox wipes to disinfect the tray table, the seat belt, the pouch in front of me, the window, whatever I'm going to be touching, I'm going to be disinfecting. You can imagine they don't have very much time between flights, and if you think about it, really, you watch the passengers from the previous flight getting off the plane, and then it's not long before you're getting on. And they don't have time to clean and disinfect 200, 300 seats. So make sure you bring some kind of disinfectant. And then also I carry wipes just to be able to wash my hands before eating. And I keep that handy with me right here. Next compartment I have is a locking compartment. And in here I have, this is RDIF in here. So I will have my travel documents, my passport, and so it's protected as RDIF, and I will have maybe some cards, like a credit card. Some airlines still take credit card on the plane, and so if I want to order something, I just have my credit card handy. In addition to that, I do have my wallet, and I just keep that in here. And again, this compartment is locked, okay? And then the main compartment that I have here has lots of goodies. Take a look in there. Bird's eye view of all the stuff. All right. So first of all, if you have any medication that you're going to be carrying with you, you want to make sure that it has the original label on it. Put it in your personal item bag. But if you need to have something with you on the flight, like you're going to have a meal, you know you have to take blood pressure medication or something, make sure you have it with you that you can access it. Don't put it in the overhead bin because it's too hard to get to. And never, ever, ever pack your medication in the belly of the plane. So never in a checked bag. Okay, so medication. Always carry some tissues. Make sure we have our tissues. All right, let's go into this bag first. So let's see, this bag, here, let me move the big bag out of the way first. So in this bag is my medication bag. So I'm going to be carrying with me some heartburn medication, some Tylenol, and in case I need to have some rest, I have melatonin. Okay, so I'm not a doctor and I'm not a pharmacist, but melatonin is a non-addictive sleep aid that will help you just get some rest on the flight. So again, with any medication, check with your doctor. This is what I carry with me here. And then I carry some medication for heartburn in this one as well. Some Benadryl in case there's an allergic reaction. And in addition to making sure that you've contacted your doctor, you should also do your research to find out if there's any medications that the country that you're visiting will not allow. So for instance, Sudafed is one of those medications that some countries won't allow. So be sure to do your research to see if you take any medication, prescription or otherwise, that it will not be permitted into the country of your destination. And so I have Imodium, and of course, you know, you never want to have a situation happen on a plane. If you have ever flown before, if you have ever been in one of those lavatories, you know. And of course I carry some Gravol chews because, you know, air sickness can happen at any time. I carry some gas medication because we tend to get bloated on planes. So I make sure to carry some of that. Some Band-Aids. I don't ever expect a cut to happen on a plane, but you never know. Now I also use this bag as an everyday carry, so I will be carrying this with me along my journey, so I just keep this little bag with me. So Band-Aids are helpful. And a couple of lozenges because, you know, it can be very drying on the plane. So I make sure to carry a couple of lozenges. So in case I start coughing from the dryness, that'll help. So that's what I carry in this little bag. So in this case, I just have some earplugs for sleeping, and I have an eye mask. So it's just for sleeping. So if I'm wanting to get some rest, I grab this little bag. My next little bag that I have is my little tech bag. So first of all, I have this little stand so I can put my phone down and I can watch my show, my entertainment from my phone. If you have an iPad or any other kind of tablet, it can sit here and you can watch hands-free. Make sure that you download your airline's app in case entertainment needs to be watched through their app. You don't want to be downloading it on the plane. And I have a cube. Also, I will be having a headset that is noise canceling. And so this will plug in to the one end of my headset, and this will go into the seat in front of me. So if there is entertainment, I can plug in, and because it has to be direct. Otherwise, there is an adapter that you can get to make your headset Bluetooth. You can just plug the adapter into the seat in front of you, and it will allow you to have Bluetooth to your own headset. So you can do that as well. Then I just have a few cords for different things. So this is actually for my battery backup. And I have some just additional cords. A cord for my phone. And then I always have a few adapters on hand. So USB to USB-C, which is what my phone takes. So I keep those handy in case I need to plug in and use an adapter somewhere. And that's this little tech bag. Next bag I have is just a little comfort bag, I guess. So I use this little lip stain before I leave the flight just to kind of freshen up a little bit, look a little alive. And it's very dry, as I mentioned before, on the flight, so I make sure that I have some moisturizer. So I have this to put on my face. I always keep some hair ties with me, a little hair clip. I have some, this is SPF Blistex. So again, moisture is very important. It gets very dry, so I put that on my lips during the flight. I always keep a little brush, and that pops open, got a little mirror on it, so I make sure to keep that. And then I have these little, they're like a little toothbrush, but you don't actually need any water with these. They're made by Crest, and they have a little pick on them at the end. Now the water in the lavatory is not potable, so brushing your teeth with that water is a big no-no. So if you do bring toothpaste and toothbrush with you, make sure you bring your bottle of water into the lavatory. But these are no water needed, so I use one for after the meal and one for before I get off the plane. I use those. And of course, dental picks, because you never know when you're going to need that after the meal. And deodorant for freshening up again after the flight. And then sometimes during the flight, I may wear an eye mask, and that's just to help reduce the puffiness under eyes. And that is what I carry in this little bag. I'm going to show you what we have left in here so far. And we have some mints, some gum. Gum is always good to have during takeoff and landing. This is my battery backup. Now, I've heard that some airlines apparently don't like you to use this on the flight. I've never had an issue, but if you've had an issue, comment down below if they've told you that you were not allowed to use these on the flight. Now, I will tell you that anything that needs to be recharged must be carried with you in the cabin. You cannot stow it in your checked bag because there is a risk of fire. So they want to make sure that it's in the cabin. So if there is any fire that happens, they can address it right away and control the situation. Something they can't do in the belly of the plane. Then I have, let me move this out of the way. Then I have this little bag, and this is really, it's just a pencil case. But I have my makeup in here, and no liquid in here whatsoever. What I will do is I will get my makeup here and I will stick it back in here after I've gone through security. Stick that in there. We're good to go. So let's see, what do we have left in the bag? Lots of stuff to go. More hand wipes, just in case. You never know. You can never have too many of those. It's notoriously cold on flights. However, sometimes it can get very hot. So in the event that it's really hot, I have a fan. And it just pops open and then seals up closed. Folds up just like that. I keep this with me. I have been on a flight where the air conditioning was broken and it was dreadfully hot. So this would come in handy. And I have this little bag. I got this on vacation. But this little bag is just for little odds and ends. So lens wipes, another lens wipe. And I also carry my little scissors in here. So my little scissors, they are less than 4 inches at the pivot. So they are allowed to be brought on board. So I just carry those in there. So next I have my little pen. I always carry a pen for signing documents. This pen, I'm not even sure where I got it from, but what I like about it, it's really nifty, is that it has a little light on it so that I can see in my bag. So I like that. That's handy to have in the dark airplane. Also in the dark airplane, what I didn't mention, in this compartment here, there is also a strap that carries another little light so I can see what I'm looking at. So that's also handy. All right, so I think we're pretty much done here, except we have one more compartment. So this little mesh bag on the inside is where I'm going to keep any extra cash that I may need. It's secure. This is not only is it on the inside zipped, but it is also in a locked compartment that is not easily accessible for thieves. So this is what I'm going to be carrying with me on the flight. At my destination, I can use this for touring around as well. Everything is nice and safe, and I am ready to go on vacation. Thanks for joining me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for joining me. Happy travels.